Welcome back to Midwest Linux Gaming. I'm your host, as usual, as always, Stompin' Llama, and today we're playing Rivage. Now, Rivage is an interesting one, mainly in that it purports to be a single-player atmospheric puzzle type thing, but also quite beautifully and wonderfully it's also only in demo form at the moment. That's what I was going for. Good God. This music is just slightly frightening enough for me to be like, There we go. That's better. That's closer to the colors. One of these days I will find the right color settings, and I don't know if it's monitor, splitter, or capture card that is weirding the colors out. It's entirely possible that also my OBS settings aren't properly matched, and I might just need to disable the HDR on my monitor. Because I know this didn't used to be quite nearly as much of an issue on the old capture card, but that can't do 1440p, can it? No. Anyway, Rivage. Now, I have put this into what they call cinematic mode. I have no idea.
Good morning, Miranda Venue. Your canine system has been reset. It is May 1st, 2467. Alert. 80% of the crew is missing.
Oh,
Alert.
that's not good.
Station power reserves are critical. Gather your most important research and proceed to the evacuation bay. This is not an exercise.
A mathematics book, huh? A biology book. Oh, good lord, we can look at everything. Principles of fusion energy. Tab to open the canine. Scroll buttons, E play sounds, F for flashlight, R for screenshot. Okay, there it is. My bestseller? Stardust. There we go. A telescope being a problem. Rescue team will arrive in 30 to 35 days. Still in loop 1. Can't take that with us. It appears not to want to open, which is unfortunate. Candy bar. Grab our best research, eh? The 5th colony. There's instruction manual. Mirrors are not working. Fairly typical. Oh, what was the date for the Optimum Vault? We don't know what it is. Five 2435 05 24 2435. No. The arts, that's fairly typical. Bible of Math. She's got multiple copies of the Bible of Mathematics. That's unusual.
Well, our food supplies are dwindling faster than expected. But if we're careful, starting now, we can still avoid early rationing.
Are you sure that applies to everyone, Commander Kim?
Everyone can be careful, I suppose.
And we will. Anyway, we're supported by the best logistics around.
Yes, yes. Speaking of logistics, Jahi, I would need some clarification on the escape pods, just in case.
Aman eats too much anyway.
High five.
Robot. Date, month, year. That's what I thought. I thought that might be the case. It'd be 05 24 24 35. Ah. Okay. 05 to 4 23 45. No, 24 35. It's 24 35. 24 35. 25th century. What? Oh, day, month, year. Such an American. 5 24 35. There we go. What do we have? A book. It's type 2 diabetic. Just a diary. This is worrying us. Scan my access code.
Level 1 granted.
Nah, nothing in that box to be concerned about. Star-crossed lover. Miranda is questioning whether or not she belongs. He says she does. No item detected. That needs batteries. Low power. Everything is at low power. No can get into there. We are here. Well, this much is obvious. Ah. Card required. But I'm not allowed in. No. No, of course not. Why would I be allowed in? Ooh. I'll admit, this looks very good. Jules Verne's Joy.
Hello, human. I see you don't have a picture of me and your canine yet. Perhaps it's time to take one. Hold on. I'll strike a pose. Gorgeous. My red really pops.
Brought fish onto the station. That's kind of weird. No, not the proper... It's definitely an interesting little station. Level 4 access needed there. It's a lot of food. Of course, they were in fact worrying about food and the amount of it we were consuming. Ooh. Hello. Use the handle to rotate. Solved. I don't know what that solved, but that did in fact solve something. Qubits, which are quantumly entangled literal bits. Oh. Let's hold on to that. Station is currently running even lower on energy. The more I putz around. No pod access. Enter a code. Grab it. Okay. Now that's... Still no access to that.
What's this all about now? Why is it floating?
New anomaly to study. At least it doesn't look dangerous.
They're moving. Like in a solar system. Like planets.
It's Find what you can. Maybe it will be useful to them. Let's search the station. There might be others, more interesting ones.
No gravity in
Program
this
isn't
spot.
funding
That
this
is
project
kind
for
of
nothing.
weird.
The speed and direction of rotation of the objects are constant. It's fascinating.
Oh, it's slower if we touch it. I'm fine. I'm okay.
There's nothing we can do with it. In plain language.
The important thing is to make ourselves understand.
Someone hit 60. They were
Raphael
celebrating it
was
at some point.
experimenting.
If only he could help us find more food. By
God,
the way,
imagine if you could do that with
avoid
cans and make them
eating
just glow
anything
and be
that's
advertisements like that.
It
That's
would
cool.
be a shame not to be able to understand what's going on.
Let's avoid personal attacks. Every voice counts.
Enough. Focus. I want answers tonight. Hurry up. You're spending more time squabbling than finding explanations for me. I thought Raphael was the only child on board. As for you, Miranda, make yourself useful. Little bit. Look for other anomalies.
Strange anomaly, yep. Milk. 3%, that's fairly normal. Hey, storing things in the oven, that's kind of interesting. Storage room. Okay. To access the dock, we have to draw a pattern. Pattern. Real history of religion. I doubt that's it. Essential hydraulics. Principles of fusion energy again. Looking for anything unusual. Maybe at 013? Protein bar. Because those ones are backwards. Why would they be backwards like that? Pod bay is up there. Linguistics. Pleiades labs. Qubits. Clearly they don't want me in there. The spiral shell design suggests to me something. Peter Pan. Complete handyman. Woodbook. Looking for things with obvious geometric designs. Battery. Battery, we might be able to use this then. Though I think the only place that had an incompatible item, of course. Wrong type of battery. Is there anything in here that could use a battery? Clearly not the computer. French. The dreaded language. I know station is at low power. System error, no data connection. Incompatible item as expected. I don't think there's anything we can do further in here. Maybe, just maybe, bot friend. Cannot open that. Can't throw anything into there. Is there maybe something I could put in there? That's a big jar of mayonnaise. No. Fresh cream. I mean, it looks like they were in the middle of preparing food when whatever went down went down. Draw the pattern. The pattern. What pattern? A recharger for charging batteries. 440 volts. That is a pretty strong battery, to be honest. Hmm. Continuing to be befuddled by the first room. Have a battery, but I have no idea what to do with it. Because there doesn't seem to be any place to immediately put it and use it. Let's take a better look back here then. Robot friend? Robot friend does not want battery. It is merely a battery. But we appear to not be able to just leave. There's a manual door there, but we can't use it. For whatever reason. There must be something I am most definitely missing. Some minor puzzle element somewhere. Nope, cannot close it again once it's been opened. Okay. Any particular books you were interested in, Miranda? No. Incompatible item for that, of course. I'm not seeing anything on there of importance. Out of War by Sun Tzu. An unusual book choice. Time passes. That is a very trippy effect on the planet below. Well, clearly this is nothing to do with it. Search for a battery. I have a battery for things with low power, but I don't know how to utilize it. This one's just offline, period. Insert handle. I don't have a handle. Huh. Clearly that's for inserting batteries. But we're missing a handle. Specifically a handle. Kind of handle. Definitely not that type of handle. That definitely does not look like it's incompatible. And the upper cabinets open? No. No, they do not. Scissors. This could be used maybe for something. Perhaps I didn't thoroughly explore the drawers. Mayhap. Potato? No, not potato. Watermelon? That's tomato sauce. Again, I am continue to be too many attempts. Oh god, that motion blur is something terrible. Wrong password. Continue to be the wrong password. I can help. Excuse me, robot. Not quite. Okay. Aha! Oh. Okay. Cultivation area. Ah. A second battery. Not that we have a use for the first battery, much less the second. Although this one I actually have a low charge. No. Other than a lock and a battery, I don't see much purpose. Robot area. Okay. Open hatch. Workshop with a thing that spins. Ah, here we go. Oh. Okay. The ship book. Blue screen of death, even in the future. Ah, bugger. We're not gonna have enough power to do this successfully. Yeah.
Warning, sudden drop in light intensity. Please activate your K9 flashlight.
Yep, that we have done. Ah, you've now activated. Now we can get in here. Restart the loop. So we're only allowed in here when it's time to restart the loop. Interesting. So we are in some degree of a time loop.
The downloaded data is stored and accessible via the K9 interface.
Okay. Excellent. And that took an entire thing away. Seven, that's what we're looking for. It helps if I take that from a better perspective. That's better. And we need him... Where is the first battery? Okay, the first battery's here. First battery there. We go straight to robot area. Pop in our first 2 batteries. And then we go to cultivation. Grab our second battery. Because we can only apparently hold 1 battery at a time. Go back to robot area. Ah, there we go. Pod access. So we'll probably have to loop again. Yep, we will definitely have to loop again, but that's an interesting way of doing it. Yes, yes, we're well aware. Loop 3. And we acquired access to the pod bay. Only having 4 things of power. That's slightly annoying. Pod access is gonna take up another one. Meaning we only have 2 battery actions left in us. May come in handy to have. Don't have access to that. That is relatively fine. Card identifier. Card identifier. Card builder. Do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. Give. I don't remember there being any way of directly noting or recalling what their numbers are. I did not thoroughly read this, mind you. No. But I can definitely put on my own number in there and see what that does. Or we can... Oh!
We can't eject anymore? This makes no sense. Our only emergency exit is sealed for security? Because of a malfunction? This is absurd.
You're not
Calm
wrong.
down. Considering what happened to Aman, it's not too bad. The danger outside is too great anyway.
Aman. Maybe his work can get us out of this. Could one of them help us combat the phenomena?
He was almost there. I'm going to see. I want to see.
Someone should continue his research, and we already have our volunteer.
So Amon is apparently gone. Looks like that pod's been damaged. This one's been ejected. Ah, a key. That is a physical key, too. Which is definitely kind of a different thing. Oh, that was over here. In the, 7... cultivation area. Ah. There we go. Broken key. Goes in the thing. Which will use up our last bit of battery for this puzzle. Two, 6, 4. 888 4. 888 4. Oh, enter the barcode. There we go. That is now... We are missing things. We are missing data. We are missing data, but that is fine. I'm not sure why I have to enter the barcode manually. This seems like an inefficient way of doing it. Okay, let's start at the end. 555. That's a 1. There is a pattern here. Three appears to have that appears to be a 3. Maybe that's an 8. Attempt. Barcode not valid. Barcode not found. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. What am I missing? Possibly that for 8? No. Oh, I could use my own code for that. Duh. Mine probably has the proper numbers on it. Duh. Don't try and brute force it. Think smarter, not harder. Play with the game rather than opposed to it. Yes. Trying to rotate the object properly. Delete that one since we do not need it. Okay. That should provide us most of the numbers we need. I don't think we had a 3 on there. I don't think there was a 3. Okay. Let's go back to there. 8, which was that one, is actually, and a 6 is, and a 3. We do have a 3. No? I mean, that should be the right number. Yeah, that's a 6, which should be da-da-da. Four, which is da and da-da-da. 3 should be... X, it should be the 3. And that's an 8. And this is a 6. There we go. Rotate it and scan it.
Level 2 granted.
I'm not sure I want to know where Amon has gone. What happened to him? I imagine it involves that darned pod. Loop 4. We should have Amon's card. Oh, so this thing continues to have low power. But we should... We should have access to whatever he would have access to. Which God only knows what that would be. Okay. We do have access to over here. But we still only have 2 moves of power. chunk of special rock. Wet floor. Side of that. The probe that discovered the first extraterrestrial planet. That's habitable. The first exoplanet that's habitable. Horizon probe's creator. Oh, now we gotta know that. Spin the chair. Interesting. I don't know what they were doing. But they were doing something. That's just a USB port. That's just a USB hub. Fine.
By creating the Horizon probe, the Russian scientist Igor sought
Igor?
to find a new habitat for humanity. Capable of traveling almost indefinitely through space, it became humanity's eyes and ears.
Okay, we know his name was Igor. We know his name was Igor. It's his first name. Igor what? Vulcan Dynamics. He's got to be in one of the books. Actually, Kapoor. Noah. Principles of Fusion Energy. It's got to be in one of these books. Sterling. Liam. Pleiades. I find it unlikely that'd be Pleiades. I doubt it'd be one of those two. Strange phenomenon at the station. What do we know? Might actually be in one of our books. If I had to imagine, At least this is where I would put it. Core Edition. Yuri Petrov. More Principles of Fusion Energy. Sun Tzu, that's to be expected. Miranda. The Gold Umbrella. I was hoping this one might say. The arts. That's just a standard book. Physics of sound. That the Yuri Petrov. Low chemistry. Exclusive interview with us. With Miranda. You'd think it would be around here somewhere. You'd actually think it might be over here, but... Also, very true of what modern AI seems to be doing to the current generation. Don't think K9 is doing it for you. Okay, reader's manual. Clearly we need to connect to these. Needs to have 11 volts. The blue is a 4. Okay, and that gives it 8. Two, 4. That gives it 12 plus 6. That gives us a 12 plus 12. A 12 plus 12. Now we just subtract 2. Okay, that's 4 volts. Not quite what we wanted. That gives it 10. Seven. That's also 7. That would give it 8. That gives it 10. That gives it 12, which is... Oh, which is just about perfect. Just about. All right. That's not good.
That one's mine. Aman, he's got the connector one. Lucky him. I want them. That one's mine. Aman, he's got the connector one.
Oh!
Sometimes we don't see the fruits of our labor. Mr. Petrov passed away a few years before the discovery of Vesta. Before dying, he declared, "I shall know when she finds answers, in this life or another."
Igor Petrov? I think it's Igor Petrov. Well, we don't really have that much of a choice. We have to reset anyway. Igor Petrov. Let me in, let me in, let me in. Igor Petrov. Igor Petrov. Okay. Ah, good old QR codes to scan things. Do you think they'll have those in 400 years? I don't know. Now we've got contactless for everybody. It's glorious. But now we've got contactless. We might be able to enter. Okay, that's the end of the demo. But likely there's still more to explore now that we have the contactless. Like we might actually be able to get to Aman's door? Oh, I accidentally used up all the battery. So of course the door will not open. Of course, it also is the end of the demo. And I must say, there's a couple of interesting brain twisters in here. Feeling a bit of nostalgia for these types of games. These are the types of games I kind of grew up playing. I'm not gonna lie. I did grow up playing these types of games. These types of adventure games. So I'm definitely feeling a bit of nostalgia about these. Ah, Amon's personal things. Ah, the disc. Ah, him and his son. It's a shame what happened to him. Poor man. But then again, the rest of the crew seems to be missing as well, so who knows how many of them could even be considered still around.
Miranda, I can't sleep. The pills aren't helping anymore.
Is it your son again?
He hates me. I have felt so much hatred in his last letters and messages.
Aman, your son will be proud when he knows everything his dad accomplished aboard Aris.
Am I going to die here? The image of the horrible, obese man who sabotaged his crew's livestock. Is this how I will be remembered?
Aman, that's irrational.
That depends on what you
Everyone
did.
here has made mistakes, and nothing is irreparable. We need you more than ever. Don't doubt your importance here.
No. Unfortunately, despite everything she attempted to accomplish, it was not enough. He still somehow found a way, and in doing so, caused the entire crew to be condemned. Despite everything. Which is highly unfortunate. But that appears to be the end of the demo. Like I said, some interesting little twisters. Interesting ways of going about it, and looks pretty good. I will say, and this might just be because of the cinematic graphical settings, the text, there's definitely some okay, that does look a little bit better. There appears to be some okay, it was in fact because of the cinematic. There's definitely some ghosting on the screens, and that's probably due to motion blur more than anything. So it's definitely something with the motion blur, and it is not, in fact, something I believe I can turn off. It would be unless it's in the, like... Even if it's in the post-processing. And that's the unfortunate thing. Also, no upscaling tech that my current GPU can deal with. But that's fine. It ran well. I would just like a motion blur, and especially if that's what's causing the blur on the in-game digital displays to be problematic. That's what it seems like to me. Otherwise, it is a pretty good looker, all things considered. You can definitely see it as I scroll. Yeah, that's definitely an issue. I mean, it's a minor issue at best, but a graphical option to remove motion blur probably would not go amiss. I know I, for one, would appreciate it. Although the in-motion motion blur has been negligible. Hello, buzzer. Like, as I'm moving, the motion blur has not been a problem. But for the text reasons, I would prefer it. Oh, we can now get in here. I wonder what's in here. Buttons and switches. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. Which ones did that change? Red long. Blue long. Makes purple. Okay, that one is fine. That one's fine. We need that one to be white, so that one needs... and a green. And nothing? Ah, okay. I get you now. Red and green on you. thought I figured that one out, because that should be red plus green is yellow, but that's not making yellow. That makes yellow. That's light blue and purple. Huh. Weird. Oh, that one makes it green anyway. Null is null. We've got another white. We do have another white. Okay. And I was working on the other white, which is a green and a red. Oh. We apparently accidentally solved blue. We accidentally solved dark blue. Okay, this is giving us very few options left. Very, very few options left. Black is just all black. Oh. Okay. We have... Well, it'll have to remain blank. Huh. Okay, that's an alternate to white. That's an alternate answer to white. Because that actually enables us to go that into black. Okay, okay, okay. Now we just need to solve for both red, purple, and light blue. Okay, we've accidentally solved blue. We've accidentally solved purple. Crap. Okay, we've accidentally solved purple. Yellow is supposed to be reds and greens. And we've accidentally solved green a couple of times. Okay. Red can be all reds, but that's not quite right. These mean something, and I don't quite get what they're going for. Okay, how does one go about making that? Merely throwing around ideas. I solved a yellow. We solved a yellow. And we just accidentally solved blue. Okay. And that all that's left is red. Aha!
Welcome to the prestigious International Space Station.
Aha!
You'll find everything you need within our facility, designed for your comfort and to support your research.
The things you find.
State-of-the-art kitchen and living areas filled with entertainment to inspire your mind, including our incredible aquarium. You'll even have access to a greenhouse for your experiments and relaxation. Who would have thought a space station could be this comfortable? Earth is counting on you to assess the viability of Vesta for humanity, particularly regarding the mysterious magnetic field surrounding it.
Mysterious, eh?
Will surely be another small step for man and a giant leap for humanity. Good luck, and have a fantastic trip to Vesta. This message is proudly sponsored by Star Vision Inc., Vulcan Dynamics, Atlantis, and Visor.
Visor? I think that's the last of the things we can very clearly solve, puzzle-wise. That was funny. That was funny. Do want to know what lies beyond that door, but who knows? Interesting. Poor fishes. Well, with that, we've solved everything I think we can in Rivage, and honestly, I'm quite interested in it. Depending on what the release price is going to be like, you know, could be very, very interesting. I most definitely kind of like it. But I suppose one never knows for sure. Until we get a list price, I don't know if it's going to actually be any good. But it is a very nice demo. I've got a nostalgia for these types of games. And it looks good. The logic is there. I still didn't quite understand the this puzzle. But, or at least the mechanics of what they were going for. But I was able to brute force it, technically, with what information they gave us, so. Yeah, that's Rivage. So, we'll see everybody next stream on Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern, for the MSQ for the 24-man raid in Final Fantasy XIV. The end to the Return to Vanity L raid series for in the end of 7.5. And then we'll be back on Final Fantasy XI to push through the final storyline that I'm daring to do. I'm not going to do Voracious Resurgence because that is stupid. Where we go from there, I'm not certain after 11. Considering we're about halfway through the year, but we'll be finally through that. Possibly some Mega Mans. Possibly some other things. Probably some Turok. I'm thinking we might do Turok. We might do like some Mega Man and then some Turok. Just to try and get us between here and October. I don't think other than September 8th, which is when the 7.56 patch for Final Fantasy XIV drops. I don't think there'll be another major interruption. Although I'll have to double check when the 4-job Fiesta happens in for Final Fantasy V. That I think is August, but I'll have to double check. Sometimes it varies, and they do other similar charity events throughout the year. I picked up a couple of games because of them. I've not played those games, mind you, but I've picked them up because it's like similar job systems and challenge modes. If the game's well built, a good challenge mode is always good. But, again, having gone on enough of that ramble, we'll see everybody tomorrow for more Final Fantasy XIV. Till then,